When this happens, you absolutely need to stop drinking. I don't know if it's happened yet, you'll find out after watching this video, but it will happen to you at some point and it may have already happened. But the thing I'm going to talk to you about today will happen at some point in your life. The moment it happens, stop drinking. Now, when we start drinking alcohol, what happens? Nothing. It's all good. It's kind of like we found this holy elixir. It's like we drink it and we go out a bit more, we talk a bit more, we feel a bit happy, we feel a bit giddy, and when we start drinking alcohol, nothing bad happens. Right? And then the weird thing then is we see warning signs about alcohol growing up. It's not like a crack cocaine warning signs, but it's warning signs that we see, and we see, maybe some homeless person that's drinking too much. We hear that horror story of that family member that ruined their life with alcohol, but we get these little warning signs, then we finally get a taste of alcohol and nothing bad happens. In fact, it's great. And we're like, whoa, what is this that I've found? And that's how it starts, right? That's how it started for me. It's how it starts for everybody. We take that drink, we feel something, we get some validation from the people that we're around, and nothing bad happens. So why would we ever stop? That's how it starts, right? We think that we're somehow immune. Because nothing bad happened at the beginning. We're not going to end up like him. We're not going to end up like her. So it's fine. And it always starts off fine. There are people out there that spend their entire life with it just being okay, right? And the thing is given a long enough time horizon, they will reach the point that we're going to discuss in the video, but it always starts off fine. Now, what happens next? For me, this was rapid. The descent was like a year, maybe even less. Others, they can be in that stage of drinking for 50 years. However, because of the nature of alcohol, right, we've got to understand the nature of alcohol. Alcohol dehydrates you and it lowers your inhibitions. So this is why it's so hard to actually stop at one drink. When we say, just have one drink, we always drink more. That's why. You're dehydrated, so you want to drink more. And then your inhibitions are lowered. So whatever you'd kind of planned in your head, you don't do it. So because of the nature of that, we drink more as time goes on. I have never met a person who drank less the older they got. Never. If that's you, I've never met one. So anyway, because of the nature of alcohol, not because of the nature of you, by the way, not because you're an alcoholic or anything like that, the nature of alcohol is, and all drugs, is as time goes on, consumption increases. Even if consumption doesn't increase a crazy amount, it doesn't matter anyway, because every drink that you have, you're taking a hit internally, right? Your organs are getting damaged. It's a carcinogen. We know the WHO have said there's no safe amount of alcohol to consume, regardless of these BS studies that come out about wine, heart health, blah, blah, blah. It's all nonsense. There's no safe amount of alcohol to consume. So even if drinking doesn't necessarily increase, either way, it's damaging you. Right, so that is going to happen. It doesn't matter. Whatever your drinking patterns are like, it'll do damage. That damage is going to continue until you reach a point where negatives are apparent. For me, it was just instant, right? As soon as I drank, I got smashed a few more times, I could see negatives. For others, that takes a long time. But anyway, eventually you'll see negatives. You might feel tired out. You might have put on weight. You might feel no clarity, right? The thoughts just aren't the same. You might not feel as sharp. Your memory might start going. And yeah, for me, that was like when I was 19. A lot of the people I've worked with, it happens in their 40s, their 50s. Anyway, the point that you should stop drinking alcohol is not when things get worse. If you don't do something about it when negatives start happening, you've kind of got to go and reflect on your life. Maybe the drinking started off fine. And then it was fine. And then now there's this little descent that all of a sudden starts happening. Here's the big problem though, and here's the thing you don't want to miss. Most people, they start off and then the descent starts happening. They know that it starts happening. They get a sense that, okay, things aren't as good as they were. But what they do is they don't link alcohol to the cause of those problems. This is the dangerous thing. If you don't make that link quickly, you just keep drinking. And then things get worse and worse. But what it actually is, right, it's actually something a little bit more sinister. What happens is we know in our heart that alcohol is doing damage. We know that pretty early on. I was honest with myself. I was under no illusion. Maybe it's because my mum had been to AA for 20 years, so She probably added some fuel to the fire there, but anyway, doesn't matter too much. But what happens is we get to that point, the descent starts happening, and we go in denial. Oh, it's not the drinking, it's not that bad. I don't drink like that person, this person, whatever. That is the most dangerous place that you can be. Because regardless if you drink more or not, doesn't matter. If the descent has started happening, it ain't getting better. Like I said, anybody that gets to that descent, I don't know a single person that started going in that descent because of alcohol, if they're honest with themselves and they know it's alcohol. I don't know anybody that started that downward trend and it's gone back up and they've continued to drink. Find me somebody. It's 1 in a million, right? They don't exist. 99.9% of people, as soon as that descent happens, guess what? It will snowball. It will get worse and worse and worse. I promise you. The moment you see that descent, do something. Don't wait, right? This is the big problem. Everyone's like, well, it's bad and it's getting worse, but, I'm a bit afraid. I don't really want to change it. Like, what are you freaking waiting for? What are you waiting for? Trust me. You don't want to be that person that's calling me in 3 years saying, shit, I got the DUI. Leon, I'm staying in a motel. My wife's kicked me out. Leon, my kids don't want to have a relationship with me. And it's a freaking tragedy when these things happen because I've worked with those people dozens of times. Most people I work with, they don't let it get that bad. But trust me, those people still call me. And thank God that they actually call me because when things get very bad, that's when people just ruin their lives. I don't want that to be you. Your family don't want that to be you. Nobody wants that for you. You don't even want that for you. So, are negative showing up in your life? Are you in a place where you know you should change, but something's holding you back? Well, I'll tell you what that thing is fear. It's the fear that you're actually giving something up. There's nothing to give up. When you stop drinking alcohol, you make an exchange. You exchange something that is doing nothing for you, that's only going to make your life worse and worse and worse, for freedom. It's the best exchange you could ever make. There's nothing to give up. Like the same way that somebody punches themselves in the face, if they stop, they're not giving anything up. They've just reclaimed their life. So what are you going to do? Just wait. Wait for the call from the doctor saying, sorry, buddy, but it's irreversible. The liver, the damage, whatever, I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. What matters is you get real with yourself and change. Now, if you want help doing it, click the link in the description, fill in the application, schedule a call. But regardless of whether we do it together in a sober clear system, 96% success rate, absolutely epic, or not, whatever it is, you've got to do something. So get it done. And click the video on the screen now, and I'm going to show you some of the secrets to actually stopping drinking.